And welcome back to G-Senjou no Maou. And I was just going back to the therapy session and looked how he looked like, and as it turns out, his hair was not black, but it was a darker shade of gray. And I was not mistaken. He said in the therapy session, Samejima Toshikatsu, and Maou just said that he told himself that he is the child of Samejima Toshikatsu. And am I right? Is Maou and Asai one and the same person? Do they in fact have a totally split up personality, and the one does not know of the other? And so he wrote an email to himself and can't remember it. And what? And he so he basically showed his face to Yusami, and Yusami tries to get Maou, and if Maou is Azai, she has actually him in its grasp, but Azai does not know that he's Maou because he has a double personality? Is this game kidding me? It would be awesome if this would be the case. That would explain a lot. He's fucked in the head right there, but okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just continue and see what's going on. But normally, how high is my camera? This high, okay. Normally the game plays somehow out for himself, and I want to check something now. And here we go. All the dots. Ugh. It's morning already? I wasn't getting anything done last night because of a splitting headache, so I went straight to bed and slept until now. So, now we have to think, does this game really want to tell us what I imply, or does the game try to trick us into thinking that he is Maou? I mean, it is a thing that could be it, because a normal human being, can't live a double life where the one half acts at night and the other half acts in the morning. Otherwise, he would not have been rested at all. But on the other hand, okay, so I think the game wants to let us think that Asai and Maou is one and the same person, and we go with this for now, until more proof comes up. So I went straight to bed and slept until now. Well, it was a good night's sleep. For the first time in a while, I soaked in a nice, rejuvenating bath, washed the laundry that had piled up, and did other everyday chores I hardly ever do. What a refreshing morning. All those muddy thoughts have completely disappeared. And to think Dr. Akimoto says I may have a psychological disorder. How ridiculous. Yes, because you're a two-splitted personality freak. Well, that's what the game wants to tell us. You're a two-splitted personality with one calling himself the devil. I go to school today. Shouldn't you do this every day? Morning, Nisan! Oh, Cannon, what's up? Did you come to pick me up? Yep, let's go to school together. Yeah, sure, sounds great. Okay. Why this strange sound? Oh, and I think that's why not Asai Gonsu, but his stepfather, the father that adopted him. I think that's why he's sending him to the therapy sessions to find out if his son is the strange Maou. I think that's one of the reasons behind it. Oh, he would be dead if he finds out. She came half step closer. Came a half step closer. What?
兄さんなんか機嫌いいね。
You're in a good mood, Nissan. Maybe?
なんでなんで
Why? Tell me. Who knows? Because it seems I'll be able to cap off all the unfinished work soon. I've finally made some headway in the purchase of the Eastern District's property. Wait. Huh? Wait a minute. What headway? I've made no significant progress in that regard.
どうしたの考え事
What's up? Something on your mind? I've gotten close to Tsubaki. I've even met her family, but I've hit a wall. I don't know where to go from here. Then again, I've infiltrated the family at least. I guess you could call that headway. Headway.
なんかまた不機嫌そうな顔してるよ。
Wait, why are you all gloomy all of a sudden? Oh, sorry. I'm just not awake yet. We started walking together, side by side.
兄さん、手つないでいこう。
Isan, can we hold hands? Are you an idiot? People would get the wrong idea.
何誤解って。
What wrong idea? Come on, I don't think people would respond well to the idea of a brother and a sister dating. You know, your father wants you to fuck his daughter. So, I don't think he would very much mind it. Yeah, this is a thing that happened. I didn't made it up. His stepfather gave him the instructions to one or the other get to fuck her, or at least suppress her. But his correct words were that he said to Asai Kyosuke, you have to fuck her. I didn't made it up. Look in the other episodes. I even called it fuck her, I think.
別に付き合ってなくても手ぐらいつなぐよ。私カナダ行ってた時もいろんな人といっぱい握手したよ。
You don't need to be dating to hold hands, silly. When I was in Canada, I shook lots of people's hands. But this is Japan. Phooey. Canon keeps sticking to me like glue.
ところで兄さん。
By the way, Nissan. What? Why the long face?
兄さん最近バッキーと仲いいみたいじゃない
You and Bucky have been getting real close lately, haven't you? We've just hung out a couple of times.
バッキーって絶対兄さんのこと好きだよ。
It's obvious that Bucky likes you, Nissan. Huh? Still, what she says is true. I just remembered something from the previous episode. The white-haired girl, I think it is a white-haired girl, she recognized him as Asai. So this is also something that points it out. Huh. And we saw his face for once. I'm not really interested in her. Hey, wait, did I... Still, what she says is true. I'm not really interested in her.
ひどいよ。バッキーがかわいそうだよ。
Oh, that's so cold. I feel so sorry for Bucky. It's not like she confessed to me or anything. Why should I worry about it?
ひどいひどい。バッキーっていい子なんだよ。
So cold, so cold. Bucky is a good girl, you know? She is indeed a responsible person.
そうだよ。掃除当番とかいつもやってるよ。
That's right, and she always stays for cleanup duty. Oh, come on, everyone else just forces it on her.
よく知らないけど、ニコニコしながらやってるから、押し付けられてるってことはないんじゃないかな。
No, she's just too gullible and nice.
I don't know anything about that, but she's always smiling as she does it. Wouldn't that mean that maybe it's not being forced on her?
Wong says someone like Tsubaki would smile even when forced to take care of someone else's responsibilities. Oh, yeah, what about that thing about being on TV?
お、忘れっぽい兄さんにしてはよく覚えてるね。
Oh, even my forgetful brother remembered that?
When is it? I wouldn't want to miss it if I've got some time around then.
あさってだよ。
The day after tomorrow.
Is the title of a lot of movies, or one movie at least. Huh? Seriously? So soon?
なんか前々からずっとオファーは来てたんだって。のっちゃんが忘れてただけ。
I think they invited me a long time ago. I just forgot about it.
I just realized another thing. You know, he misses a lot of school days. And I mean a lot of school days. It was mentioned before, but I think the days where he wasn't at school was not because he worked for Gonzo, but because he worked as his other personality as Maou. This would make sense, wouldn't it? Hey, don't be such an airhead. The TV stations has enough trouble as it is. Station, not stations.
だってスケートリンクの偉い人が勝手に決めたんだもん。
But the big shots at the skating arena decided this without me.
So you don't want to do it?
これでまた人気者だよ。
No, I totally do. This'll make me popular, popular, popular.
And for those who got this reference, just say a pun in the comments. What an innocent girl. I need to make more money so that she can stay innocent like this. Why? I mean... After all, Kennen was only able to get into an expensive sport like figure skating because she had money. There she is! This is the girl that recognized Azai in the dark street. I brushed by Shiwatori in the hallway.
やあやあ。
Howdy!
Despite having never interacted much with Shiwatori, Kennen waved her hands as if they were close friends. Morning, Shiwatori.
おはよう、浅井くん。
Good morning, Azai-kun. All the dots. How can a normal greeting suddenly turn into an icy showdown? You're really cold, you know that?
あなたこそ。
Same to you.
Huh?
昨日は無視したでしょ。
You ignored me yesterday. Remember?
Yesterday?
覚えていないならいいわ。
Nothing. If you can't remember, then let's just drop it.
Why is she so angry?
どうしたの？
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just that Shiwatori hates me now.
え、そうなの白鳥ん。
Oh, is this true, Shiratorin?
別に。
Not really.
兄さんいい人だよ。
My brother is a good person, you know?
Kennen only knows that I've been helping Gonsu with work. Not even in her wildest dreams would she suspect said work would involve kicking Tsubaki's family out of their own home. Shiratoli glared at Kennen.
そう。それでいいんじゃない？
Oh, is that so? Let's just leave it at that, then, shall we?
After a while, she opened her mouth to speak.
それから白鳥んとか慣れ慣れしいこと言わないで。
Also, please, don't call me Shiratorin, as if we were best friends.
She made her exit.
いやー、見ているこっちがむずがゆくなるくらいの強気っぷりですね。
Whoa, how cold! Even I could feel the tension.
As if the timing was deliberate, Yusami suddenly emerged from the classroom.
あれはひどいツンですよ。ええ。
I don't know.
Now, that's what I call Tsun. Yes, indeed.
The Tsundere, really? Well, Tsun. She's not a Tsundere yet. Tsun means being mean to someone. And dere means cute. And Tsunderes are a combination of both. So, yeah.
They are mean on the outside, but so cute and cuddly on the inside. I think that's a Tsundere.
Okay. For some reason, she nods her head.
のんちゃん怒らしちゃったのかな？
Did Nonchan make her mad?
Oh, I bit my tongue. God damn it. Don't worry about her. We entered the classroom.
ファンキーのプリン買えないよね。夕方に行くと並んでるからね。
I know, right? It's really hard to get Funky's pudding. If you get there in the evening, there's always a huge line.
Wow, I changed his voice like 3 times. Eiichi's doing the usual flirting with a bunch of girls.
でも僕、お店の人と知り合いなんだ。
But I know one of the employees, though.
なになに？Aちゃんまた嘘ついてるのか？
What's going on? Is A-chan making stuff up again?
カノン。
Crap! It's canon!
A typical morning scene.
椿がいませんね。
Tsubaki's not here.
Oh, she's right. It's rare to see her come in late. Wait, actually, as far as I remember, I don't think it's ever happened before. Her little brother just got kidnapped and she's desperate now and is probably crying since the whole night. Crying herself to sleep, woke up, is crying in the morning, and her family kinda decided to not force her to go to school because she is currently in a very, very bad mood, like all of her family members will be. Her mother is crying, the father is outrageous and crying, the siblings are crying, everyone is crying at the Maiva family right now. That's what I imagine.
浅井さんは忘れっぽいので信用なりませんが、確かに妙ですね。
Even though your forgetfulness makes the trustworthiness of that statement highly suspect, I agree. This is quite disturbing.
Well, Tsubaki is only human. Even she's late once in a while.
はあ、ただ自分、違和感があるとスルーしておけないたちなんすよね。
True, but whenever I feel something's not right, I have a tendency to investigate it.
I lower my head and start to think.
みんな、私テレビ出るよ。
Hey everyone, I'm going to be on TV!
Cannon threw up her hands and made a commotion. We are between classes. I still don't see Tsubaki anywhere.
なあ、京介。椿は？
Hey Kyosuke! Hey
Wait. Oh, I can't make up his voice anymore.
Hey Kyosuke! There's Tsubaki.
I've been wondering the same thing.
おいおい、てめえしらばっくれてんじゃねえよ。
Look, bro. Would it kill you to tell the truth? Huh?
どうせおめえが昨日遅くまで椿にギュッポギュッポしてたんだろうが。
What? It's obvious that you and Tsubaki were squeezing into the wee hours of the morning. What are you implying, and what are the wee hours? Is it like wee or wee? Or getting naked and make stuff? Or I don't know. What are wee hours?
Squeezing?
What the hell does that even mean?
違うのか？
You're telling me I'm wrong? Of course I am. I may be a playboy, but I've never even touched her.
どうだかね。ちくしょう。俺もギュッポギュッポしたいぜ。
Poor little H. Right, sure you haven't. Damn it, I want to squeeze with someone. I swear to God, I have no idea how a human being could turn into a jackass like this kid. Isn't a jackass someone who gets hurt a lot? I mean, there's a show, Jackass, I only watched it a few times, but jackasses are normally dicks to others and dicks to each others and do really, really dumb things. He's so different from Tsubaki. Then again, I probably shouldn't be talking about other people.
あざいさん、
Yusami comes out slowly.
今聞いてきたんすけど、椿無断で休んでるみたいです。
I just asked the front office. Apparently, Tsubaki didn't call in to say she'd be absent.
She didn't call in?
おかしくないっすか？
Don't you find that odd?
Indeed.
まったくだよね。一体誰のせいなんだろうね。
You bet it's odd. And just whose fault this is, I wonder?
電話してみてもらえませんかね。
Could you call and check up on her?
I don't have her phone number. Well, alright, that's a lie. I do have it, but Aichi would make fun of me for it. And why are you not calling her? I mean, you are her friend, and she's one of your party members.
携帯の？
She doesn't have a cell phone.
Not even her cell phone number?
She doesn't carry a cell phone.
はい、僕提案。
Okay, kids, I've got an idea.
Spit it out then.
これから椿ちゃんの家に押しかけるっていうのはどう？
How about we all go directly to Tsubaki-chan's house?
What about class? You think we should just skip? And I spit my screen again? It's rare for me to come to school, though I'd like to finish the day. It's rare for me to come to school, so I'd like to finish the day.
ひとまず電話してみましょう。番号は先生に聞けばわかるはずです。
Let's call her first. I'm sure the teachers have her phone number.
Are you sure you're not overreacting? Maybe she just overslept.
椿には借りがありますから。
I owe Tsubaki a favor.
Favor? Yeah, for helping her out, getting her permittance to have a part-time job.
ええ、アルバイトの件で助けてもらいましたから。
Yes, she helped me during the whole work permit fiasco.
Right. I guess she has a strong sense of obligation or something.
それにしても椿め、僧侶の分際で私の手を煩わせるなんて。もし何事もなかったら、ギュッポギュッポしてやる。
And for the record, Tsubaki, you're on my shit list. You are just a piddly cleric, yet I have to go through all this for you. If it turns out nothing's wrong, then so help me, God, you and I are going to need to do some serious squeezing.
Is this supposed to be threatening, or is this an invitation to something? Because if Aichi would have said he wants to squeeze someone, he wants to squeeze something particular into someone particular. And I'm still not sure if it really is women he's after.
じゃあ、ギュッポギュッポと電話しよう。
Then make the booty call. It's squeezing time.
What's with these punks? Do they just like saying the word squeezing? After getting the phone number from a teacher, I immediately call her. Oh, someone picked up. Right after the first ring, no less.
はい、もしもし、三輪です。
Hello? This is the Miwa family.
I immediately noticed that something's wrong.
もしもしもしもし
Hello? Hello?
Perhaps they heard Tsubaki's voice through the phone. Both H and Yusami became grave. I quietly said, "It's Kyosuke. What happened?"
浅井くん
By the time she responded, her voice seemed to have loosened up.
どうしたの浅井くん
What's wrong, Azai-kun?
I think that's my line. Why aren't you at school?
学園
School?
Huh?
学園そっか今日学園か
School. It's right. We have school today.
She let out an immense sigh. What's going on? You sound like you've just been abducted by aliens.
エペ吉さん、浅井さんの例えってギャグなのかそうでないのかよくわからない時がありますよね。
Sorry that I'm laughing before even reading out, but...
Itakechi-san, there are times when I'm not really sure whether or not Azai-san's analogies are actually jokes or not.
だよね。半滑りだよね。
I know, right? If he's gonna tell bad jokes, he should at least be clear about it.
Hey, stop chatting behind my back like that. What happened? I didn't have to ask. Did something happen? It's obvious that something happened.
何が
What?
Don't play dumb, Tsubaki. When someone so well behaved with such great grades skips school without calling in, it's obvious that something happened.
椿ってクラス委員で生徒会長なんすよね。
Plus, Thubaki's the class representative. She's even the student council president, isn't she?
そうだよ。たまにすごい忙しくしてる時あるから。
Yeah, she's really busy at times.
なんか真面目を絵に描いたような設定っすよね。なんか腹立つわ。
She's practically diligence incarnate. She's practically diligence incarnate.
Makes me so freaking mad.
Diligence. I think I know what it means. It means to be picky and perfect in every display. Diligent. There we go. Tsubaki sighed again.
なんでもないよ。ちょっと風邪ひいてるの。
It's nothing. I just have a little cold.
A cold? Then why didn't you call in sick?
それはたまたま忘れてて。
Well, sometimes, I just forget about
何話してんすかね。
what she's saying.
気になるよね。
That's what I want to know. Hey, Tsubaki, are you hiding something?
隠し事してないよ。
Hiding? No, see, I'm sick.
The acting is so bad it makes me want to cry.
これあれっすよね。これがギャグシーンだったら聴診器みたいのを浅井さんの携帯に当てることで自分も椿の声聞けますよね。
If this was like a comedy bit or something, there'd be a stethoscope pressed up against Azai-san's phone so that everyone could hear what Tsubaki was saying.
宇佐美さんってたまに頭悪いよね。
Yusami-san, sometimes you're kinda dumb.
I lower my voice. Are you really okay?
平気。ごめんね。先生にはこれから連絡して謝っておく。
Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry, I called the teacher immediately to apologize.
So we are back to square one. I see. So I guess you don't really trust me. I said this in a nonchalant manner. We're supposed to stick together in times of crisis, right? Why aren't you telling me anything? Are we not friends? Oh, he's pulling on her own conscience. Oh, he's abusing her not in a sick way. Don't look at me like that. It's really quite simple.
Sorry.
An innocent girl like Tsubaki can be easily shaken with words like trust and friendship. Please talk to me. We are close enough for that, aren't we? I can't picture Tsubaki's pained and guilty look on the other end of the line.
I'm sorry, but this is a family matter.
A family matter? Her explanation made no sense to me. Really? Does it really? I thought you were a smart guy. We've discussed your family matters before, haven't we? You had no problem talking about the possibility of having to move. In other words, this new issue is many times worse than that. A family member is missing. Yeah, you're damn right there's something wrong.
But I can't talk. Not about this.
Did someone in the family die? No. If that was true, she could just say it. There's no doubt that something outside the scope of my imagination has happened. Something downright out of the ordinary. What could it be, though?
Class is about to start.
I decided to wrap up the call. I need to hang up now. I ask one last time. Do you want my help? Tsubaki didn't answer. Even though she doesn't answer, it seems she doesn't want to hang up either. In other words, she's asking me for help. She's telling me to let it drop. It's decision time, so she's not hanging up. She's telling me to let it drop, or she's asking me for help. Oh god, this could be a really awesome story. This reminds me of Jim Carrey's The Mask, where the mask is a second conscious and he barely can remember when he puts it on and when he put it back out and stuff like that. He was like a different person and he was fighting with himself for the control over his body, I think. I think it was The Mask, I'm not sure. Maybe I confused it with some other show I watched. But this could be, I mean, if he has two personalities inside his head, and the one personality wants to help her, the other personality wants to destroy her. Or destroy her in particular. Well, not destroy her, but play with her. Oof. He's asking me for help. If someone can't just straight say no, if someone gives you a question like that, I think it's asking me for help. So I go with what I would go with, even though I don't know what impact it will have. So I save it here double time. She's asking me for help. I'm hanging up. At the same moment that I ended the call, the bell for class rang.
どうでした？
What happened?
どうだった？
How did it go?
I thought for a bit and said, at the very least, I need to go over to her house.
要するに、椿の身の回りに何かが起こっているというわけですね。
So, to put it simply, there's some trouble surrounding Tsubaki.
Yeah, she must be dealing with a very difficult problem.
授業はいいんすか？
What about class?
Does it matter?
さすが主人公属性持ちだぜ。友達のピンチには駆けつけるってか。
You really do come off as a main character washing out to help a friend in need.
わかりました。自分も行きます。本当はサボりみたいな真似はしたくないんですが。
Got it. I really don't want to cut class, but I'll go too. If you don't want to miss class, don't come.
いえいえ。
No, no. Yusami delightedly plays with her hair. I love her long black hair, or grayish hair, whatever color it is.
しかし浅井さんも普段は冷たそうにしていますが、中身はお熱い人ですね。
Oh! Still, Adai-san, you normally seem like a cold person, but on the inside, you are on fire! I don't know why I did this. This man is on fire in the inside. What are you smirking about? Let's get going. They don't understand anything. Something happened to Tsubaki's family. The first thing that comes to mind is that it's somehow related to this land conflict. As one of the people with a stake in that land, I have to rush over there and grasp the situation as fast as possible. The three of us get off the platform at the Eastern District Station. Tsubaki's house should be nearby. I need to keep my guard up in case things get violent. You little dumb shit! In the midst of my thoughts, Eiichi yells loudly. Hey, cut it! We are here to see you! He then rings the doorbell. Oh, why is he so insensitive? For a moment, there was silence.
椿はさっきまで家にいたんすよね。
Tsubaki was home not long ago, correct? Yeah, do you think she just left?
とにかく何やらやばそうですね。
In any case, this looks pretty bad. Yusami pointed at the window.
カーテンが閉まっています。
The curtains have been drawn. I see. Whatever happened was so bad that they have to close the curtains in the middle of the day. Just as I admiring Yusami's observational skills, the door suddenly opened.
みんな。
Ina, guys! The face was as white as a ghost. Well, it isn't really wider than those two. Can we come in? Why are you so surprised that we want to come in? We're coming all from the school, right here at your doorstep. I mean, come on.
ここまで来させておいて嫌とは言わせんぞ。
What? Surely you won't say no after inviting us all the way out here? Well, we weren't exactly invited. Just my thoughts.
大丈夫だよ。何でも僕に相談してよ。その代わり肉じゃがごちそうして。
Oh, Eiichi, don't be such a blabbermouth. Don't worry, you can talk to me about anything, and I have beef and potato stew in exchange. Come to think of it, it really is rare for Eiichi to ask for any food besides sweets. Is their stew really that good?
ありがとう。とにかく入って
Thank you, but first, come in. When we entered the living room, her father appeared.
君たちか。
Oh, it's you guys. Why is the breadwinner of the family not working at this time of day? Because he's self-employed? But even then, something's strange. Tsubaki, her father, and her siblings all sit in the family room. But her mother's not there. Did something happen to your mother?
お母さんは 寝室で寝込んでるよ。
Oh, Mom's laying down in the bedroom. I looked at Yusami. What sharp eyes. She's searching the immediate vicinity.
椿の容体を心配してくれてありがとう。でも、もう帰りなさい。学園はどうしたんだい？
Why is he so quiet? I think this has to do with the mood, isn't it? Thank you for worrying about Tsubaki's health, but you really should head back school. She really should head back. School's still in session, isn't it? Her father's words sound very forced. He pulls out the chair near the phone and sits there with a heavy look. A gaggle of formerly rowdy kids also sits there silently. One seems to be sleeping, one playing with toy blocks absent-mindedly, and another one clinging to Tsubaki's leg. The whole room seems dead. Only Eiichi, who seems to be ignoring the somber atmosphere, managed to blur something out.
あのガキじゃなくて、ほら。
What? That little punk? I mean that... Exactly. As if following Eiichi's lead, Yusami nods her head.
おととい探してた子がいないけど。
Yes. That kid. That kid we were looking for the day before yesterday isn't here.
ひろあきは今保育園だよ。
Hiroaki is at kindergarten right now. Did something happen to Hiroaki? As I was about to say that out loud, Yusami quietly said,
ひろあきくんだけが保育園。
So, only Hiroaki-kun went to kindergarten? Indeed, all the other kids are still home.
椿、帰ってもらいなさい。お友達には関係ないことだよ。
Tsubaki, please, send them home. This has nothing to do with your friends.
わかってるよ。でも。
I know, but...
お父さん、どうしてさっきから電話の前を離れないんですか？
Sir, why do you hesitate to leave the phone? What?
お母さんはどうして寝込んでしまったんですか？どうして子供たちは暗い顔をしているんですか？どうして事情を話してくれないんですか？
Why would your wife be sleeping right now? And what's with all the somber looks on the kids' faces? Why won't you tell us what's going on?
はるちゃん。椿。
I gulped. That one in a million possibility passed through my mind.
誘拐されたんだろう。
He's been kidnapped, hasn't he? What?
お父さん、あなたは犯人からの電話を待っているんですよね。
Sir, you're waiting for the kidnapper to call, correct?
お母さんはショックで寝込んでいるんです。
And your wife is bedridden from the shock.
あなた方は警察にもまだ連絡していないし、犯人に連絡するなと言われているんでしょ？どうしていいか途方に暮れているんですね。
You still haven't called the police, and the kidnapper specifically told you not to call the police. Isn't that so? That's why you are at a loss.
Oh. Tsubaki looks like she's about to cry.
昨日のことなの。
It happened yesterday.
おい、椿。
私がもっと早く保育園に迎えに行ってあげていれば。
If only I'd gone to the kindergarten earlier.
last night would be after she had coffee with me?
私が保育園に行ったら、もうヒロアキは帰ったって言われて。
When I arrived at the kindergarten, they said Hiroaki already went home.
椿、もういい。お前のせいじゃない。
Enough, Tsubaki. This isn't your fault.
ヒロアキは保育園から一人で帰ることあるの。前にも私の迎えが遅れて一人で帰ったことあるの。
Hiroaki once tried to walk home from kindergarten. I was late picking up that day, so he just came home by himself.
I'm also partly to blame for Tsubaki getting there late. But I never would have guessed he could be kidnapped. It's far too unreal. Why? You work with land sharks. You know what's up. Is this what they call the moment when everything goes wrong?
それで
And in this crowded room, only Yusami remains calm.
ヒロアキくんが誘拐されたと確信に至ったのはなぜだ？
How can you be certain that Hiroaki-kun has been kidnapped?
ずっと探してたんだけど、ヒロアキ夜になっても帰ってこなかったの。そしたらいきなり電話があって。
We were searching forever, but Hiroaki didn't come home by nightfall. And then we suddenly got a phone call.
相手は息子を預かっているとでも言ったのか？
Did that person say something like, I've taken your son?
たまたま私が電話に出て。
Yes, I happened to be the one who answered the phone.
ヒロアキくんの声を聞いたか？
Did you hear Hiroaki-kun's voice?
いや、聞いてないけど。
No, I didn't.
じゃあ、誘拐されてないかもしれなかったり？
Then maybe he wasn't kidnapped?
しかし現実、ヒロアキくんは帰ってきていない。誘拐犯を名乗る人物から電話があった。まず、誘拐されたと見て間違いはない。
However, the reality is that Hiroaki-kun hasn't come home, and there was a call from a person claiming to be the kidnapper. Undoubtedly, he has been kidnapped.
気になるのは、ヒロアキくんの安否ですね。
What concerns me is Hiroaki-kun's safety.
Tsubaki is surely more concerned about that than Yusami.
お父さん、次に電話があったら、真っ先に確認してください。
Sir, if you get another call, please confirm that right away.
I get the feeling that at some point the atmosphere of the room started to revolve around Yusami.
犯人の要求は？
What are the culprit's demands?
それは、身代金は5000万だって。それだけで。
Well, he wants a ransom of 50 million yen. That's all he said.
Uh-oh. Of course he wouldn't want him to go off, that would be too obvious, but... Yeah, 50 million yen, and I think I know where you happen to get that kind of money.
そうか。なら、少なくともあと一度は、犯人はこの家に接触してくるな。
I see. In that case, he'll definitely contact you again.
I know what Yusami's getting at. He has to somehow get that 50 million basically. Basically. The criminal has not yet spoken about how the ransom will be handed over. Still, kidnapping. This is a genuine crime. Even I, one who's always working in the gray area of commerce, was shocked. Also, I need to ensure that a certain thing doesn't happen.
っていうか警察は
Is he deaf or something? Can someone please check his brain functions? The kidnapper said no police, and what will happen when the police is called? The kidnapped person will be killed in most cases. But wait a minute, what about the police? Exactly, the police.
まだ
We haven't.
警察には連絡するなと
Did the kidnapper expressly tell you not to call the police? Yes, she answered that already.
連絡したらヒロアキを
Yes, if we call the police, then Hiroaki will...
Well, that's standard procedure for a kidnapper.
警察に連絡しようかと悩んでいるところなんだ。
I keep agonizing over whether or not I should call the police.
ダメだよお父さん警察に連絡したことが犯人に知れたらヒロアキが
No, we can't, Dad. If the kidnapper finds out we called the police, Hiroaki will...
しかしこういうのは警察に任せるしかないじゃないか。
But can we do anything other than leave this to the police? Yusami silently watched the exchange between father and daughter. Trying not to waste any suspicions on myself, I spoke calmly. Please, think twice about calling the police.
どうしてだい？彼らは専門家だよ。犯罪対策のプロだ。僕らはただの一般人だ。警察に任すべきじゃないか。
They are professionals, specialists at catching criminals. We are just regular people. Why shouldn't we let them deal with it? Let me say something first. Even though they are the police supposed to be specialists, most of the time private detectives do a better job in everything related to anything, and specialized companies do certain things better than anything. So yeah, I wouldn't call the police professionals at catching criminals, but just to enforce the law. They are professionals to enforce the law if the criminals got to be catched in some way. I don't say that the police is not good, but in most cases, or maybe it's just from what I gathered from the TV. Yeah, not really the TV, but what you see on the internet and stuff like that, but I think I'm exaggerating anyway. I know a policeman, but he's a water policeman, so he seems to be good at his job, but otherwise... I don't know. I wouldn't count on it that his life is safe after telling the police. Tsubaki's father is clearly becoming upset. To use such mannerisms in front of his daughter's friend, he really has lost control of his emotions. Please, calm down, sir. You're correct, in fact. You can say it's a citizen's duty to call the police in the event of a crime. But how can I put this? I need to convince him. Calling the police would be very problematic. Because if the police come, they'll investigate all of Tsubaki's family's problems. The kidnapper's motives and why he chose Tsubaki's family would likely come to light. Yeah, that they want the real estate, and the only way to get the real estate is that they sell it, and the ransom would be, and the money they would get would most likely be enough to pay for the kidnapper. The fact that this family is being pushed into selling their property would doubtlessly come up during the process of investigation. And then an investigation into Sanou Corporation's land development department would doubtlessly lead to information about the Azai Corporation's involvement. If the public found out there's a relation between a legitimate company like Sanou and a shady one like Azai, all joint projects between our organizations would cease immediately. It's impossible to stay afloat in this city if the Sanou Corporation won't have anything to do with you. And naturally, my own position in the company would be put in a precarious state as well. Therefore, I must prevent any police intervention at all cost. Is there any guarantee that relying on the police will bring Hiroaki back?
それは。いや、きっと警察なら何とかしてくれるさ。
Well, yes, I'm sure the police could do something about this. I slowly shake my head. Remember that I told you a little about my father?
ああ、確か金融や不動産も扱っている社長さんだとか。
Oh, yes, he's the owner of a finance and real estate company, right? I believe he was a policeman before that.
本当かね。
Really? I think Gontho really was a police officer. He worked in a department that dealt with organized crime. I hear that it's not unusual for a policeman in charge of organized crime countermeasures to retire into the Yakuza. But then again, I haven't heard this directly from Gonzo himself. Now then, borrowing my father's authority was a good move. But how do I change over to the main topic? It's about time to cut to the chase. I heard from my father once that kidnapping cases, when reported to the police, well, they tend to produce casualties.
被害者。
Casualties? Yes.
被害者って。そんな。
Casualties? That's...
お父さん、やっぱり警察はダメだよ。
Dad, we really can't call the police.
I'm not lying about this. And even I believe you. Even you seem to be a sick, double split personality person. Obviously, my last statement painted an image in the minds of Hiroaki in some sort of danger. However, in a kidnapping case, the kidnapped person and the threatened family are all casualties. One cannot measure the psychological pain and suffering family members go through. For this reason, whether the police become involved or not, kidnappings are bound to have casualties.
しかし、警察なら犯人を捕まえてくれるに違いない。
But at least the police would certainly arrest the criminal. Are you okay with just arresting the criminal? Isn't the highest priority to bring Hiroaki-kun back home? Tsubaki's father held his head.
しかし浅井さん、
Still, Adai-san.
What?
警察に連絡しなければひろあきくんが帰ってくるという保証もありませんよ。
There's no guarantee that Hiroaki-kun will come back if we don't contact the police.
Damn!
警察の介入にやたらこだわっていらっしゃるようですが。
You seem to be very particular about preventing police intervention.
Well, Papa is a former police officer, so it looks like I said a bit too much.
そうっすか。
Really?
Yusami stares at me with her unblinking eyes.
Just staring into his soul.
Now my eyes hurt again. God damn it. Ah, I shouldn't. Why are my eyes so... my eyes are a little bit dry as of lately. Maybe I spent too much time in front of this thing. Yusami stares at me with her unblinking eyes.
誘拐事件における警察の犯人検挙率は 95% だそうです。
Oh, I didn't knew that.
When it comes to kidnapping, the police catch the criminal 95% of the time.
残りの 5% も特に身代金を奪われたというわけではありません。
And for the other 5%, the criminals don't get the ransom.
つまり この国で警察を相手にして身代金奪取に成功した犯人はいないということです。
Really? The success rate of the police in Japan from kidnapping is that high? 95%? Wow! Tip of the hat. But I guess Japan is a pretty small country compared to other things. In this country, there's not a single kidnapper who went up against the police and managed to get the ransom. Son of a bitch! Where did you get all these statistics? Maybe she just made it up. What are you trying to say?
警察を頼れば少なくとも身代金はほぼ確実と言える可能性で返ってくるということです。
If we call the police, we can say with a probability close to certainty that the money will come back.
50 million. While mumbling to myself, I had a flash of inspiration. Quite a devilish conception. However, with this, I'll be able to steal the Miwa household.
どうしました？アザイさん。
Is something wrong, Adai-san?
No, it's nothing. Be calm, stay calm. I pretended to have a dizzy spell and shook my head. By the way, Yusami.
はい。
Yes.
Yusami's eyes never left me during all this time. I want to know more details about kidnapping cases.
はい。
Yes?
You just said that the very least we can guarantee the ransom won't be taken, right?
はい。
Yes.
In other words, although the money was saved, something else was not. Can I interpret it that way?
鋭いですね。
You are sharp.
Uh-oh. At that moment, Yusami's expression clearly changed. Yeah, it flashed over the screen and I... Can you see that? Yeah, I can see that. But only a little bit. When Eiichi and I stole the school keys, she seemed somehow different from usual when questioning us. She is like Sherlock Holmes in Kawaii. No, in female or something. But still, that was nothing compared to this. In fact, the aura she was emitting could easily be described as murderous intent.
アザイさんのおっしゃる通り、犠牲者は出ています。
Very astute, Azai-san. Such cases have indeed occurred.
What means astute? Oh, I have a lot of vocabulary to look up.
Such cases have indeed occurred. ...
戦後から現在まで通算で約180件の身代金誘拐事件が起こっています。
Since the post-war period in Japan, there have been roughly 180 kidnappings on record.
そのうち被害者の数は30人以上です。
The number of casualties among these was over 30. 30 people?
That's roughly a 20% mortality rate.
やだよ、お父さん、絶対ダメだよ。
How could it? No! Dad, we mustn't!
Right, even though it's only 20%, this is your little brother we're talking about. I can't get that spark of inspiration from earlier out of my mind. I did feel a bit of resistance to the idea, but I would love for the kidnapper to get his 50 million. 50 million isn't a small figure. I don't believe the family has that much in savings. In which case they have no choice but to get a loan from a bank. When that happens, I'm sure they'll have to put up this land as collateral. And if the kidnapper steals that 50 million, they won't get it back. Then Tsubaki and her family will have no choice but to leave their house. This presents yet another reason police involvement would trouble me. Still, in the end, I can't help but feel resistant to the whole thing. Because this would mean I'm condoning a genuine crime. Wait, he's all about not doing any crimes?
日本で警察に知られることのなかった誘拐事件というものは発生していないとは限りません。
Well, I can't say that there aren't any kidnapping cases in Japan that never got reported to the police.
海外では身代金誘拐を専門にした犯罪者集団がいるそうです。彼らはプロで、被害者の家族が警察に連絡せずに身代金さえ都合つければ、ほぼ確実に人質を解放するそうです。
And I believe there are even organized crime wings who systematically kidnap people in other countries, and as professionals, they would indeed release hostages if their families didn't report to the police, as long as they got the ransom, of course.
相手の出方を伺ってから、もう一度検討してみるというのはどうでしょう。
Why don't we try re-examining this after evaluating the kidnapper's next move?
Yusami is 100% calm right now. She's calm, but it looks as if something in the core of her heart is blazing fiercely. Tsubaki, you also oppose calling the police, right?
だって警察には連絡するなって言われたもの。
Yes, after all, he told me not to call the police.
Tsubaki seems to believe even the words of a vile kidnapper. This is a good example of how sincerity can sometimes be no more than a foolishness.
とにかく君たちは帰りなさい。何にせよこれは家族の問題なんだよ。
Anyway, all of you should leave. This is a family matter, after all. I cannot allow that. My wicked heart is jeering me on, telling me not to squander this opportunity. Sir, please, let me help. I'm also partly to blame for Tsubaki's tardiness in picking up Hiroaki yesterday.
それは違うよ。浅井君は関係ないよ。
That's not true! It had nothing to do with you!
Don't bother, Tsubaki. It turned out this way because I asked you to treat me to a cup of coffee. Yes, the vile coffee. It obliged you to stay longer than you wanted. Oh, curse that coffee shop and my idea of going there. I lowered my eyes. That aside, sir, how do you plan on assembling the ransom?
身代金
Ransom? Whether you rely on the police or not, I still think there's a need to prepare the 50 million.
そんな大金うちには。
It's such a huge amount of money. I'll try asking my father. If I explain the circumstances, I think he'll loan you the money at a low interest rate. Of course, I make sure you use this land as collateral.
それは
Well... He seemed to be at a loss for words. Maybe it's because he has nowhere else to turn. He can only sigh in dejection. Dejection. I know the word ejection and rejection, but dejection. Tsubaki, would you also be willing to let me handle this? When I say I feel partly to blame for the kidnapping, I'm not lying. Really? So, from among the lenders under the Sowa Alliance umbrella, I plan to choose one that's relatively decent.
浅井君、ありがとう。
Thank you!
Tears well up in Tsubaki's eyes. Her father sits speechless. All the dots.
いやいや、さすがの俺ちゃんもシビアに引いちゃったぜ。
I think I have also to end this episode right here. Oh, how do I wrap it up now? What happened exactly? Okay, she got kidnapped. I think we only go there because the decision immediately turned into action, or maybe it would happen anyway. I don't know. I could test it out, but I really don't want to. I give this case of doubt. And yeah, so about the ransom, they have to pay the ransom. He's about to loan them. Oh, and he wants to abuse this opportunity, of course. But because he is the one and the same person. Oh god. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna end this episode here. I need time to think now. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Leave a like if you did. I think I asked a lot of questions in here, so if you would be so kind, please try to answer them for me in the comments. And I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Oh god, my lungs. Stay tuned.